Oh, Jesus, dude, don't just, like, slide in and start flexing. Also, our other party member's just politely waiting outside. It's none of my business. I'll be out here. Alright, the full heal in the camp. No scandals? That sounds even more suspicious. Rumor comes out. Does fake money is counterfeit? I mean, sounds pretty damning to me. Alright, I got a bunch of side quests, but I want to do main quests. Also, I want to take a fucking taxi to get there. It's far away. It's fun when we have, like, gang shootouts and Aries just like, hey, I'll chill over here. Oh, you need some thumbtacks? Yeah, she seems somewhat disconnected from, like, the story. A lot of characters have, like, immediate ties to what's going on, and she's just like, you're my boss, and I really want to work with you in more ways than one. So can I be, like, a street thug like you? Come on, grab those thumbtacks, get a razor blade, let's go! We're gonna get into a vicious, drawn-out brawl in the streets. You okay with that? Someone might bring a gun. Is that alright? Yeah, that sounds fine. Alright, let's go. That's the opposite of how I do things. It's like, you're doing great work. You want to do extra work? No. Fuck, absolutely not. What do you mean, extra work? Are you insane? I'm sorry, what are you? Does he have ones in his eyes? Is this like a Hellraiser joke? I think it's a Hellraiser joke. Brainwash him with your kicks. It's Pinhead, alright. The head of the Cenobites. Yeah, I don't think slashing's gonna... Pinhead is the lead Cenobite from the franchise Hellraiser. Hellraiser being based on a short story called, well, one of several short stories and a collection of short stories called Hellbound Heart. I know my Clive Barker, thank you very much. Yeah, kill him with a bicycle! And it's definitely an acupuncture joke for sure. What street was I kicking you down? Because I saw a vending machine down that very street. Gotta check for money. Silver plate, not bad. Wait. Let the gang wander by. Don't want to get into a fight with them. Oh, they're going down the street. I'm going down? Stupid. Nine Razor has 9 sequels. Clive Barker recently got the rights back, and there's talk of a new one, separate from the continuity of all the bad ones that happened after the first movie. You're gonna be in a world. Oh! You sure you can beat me? Cool. I'm not that. A lot of movies have lots of entries in their franchise. Most of them are horror movies. Friday the 13th has many sequels. Can't think of a franchise that needs 9 movies. Well, he says needs 9 movies. Can I think of a franchise that needs 9 movies? Nah, needs a strong word. Oh shit, we need to eat some food. So good. You think Star Trek needs 9 movies, though? Star Wars definitely doesn't need 9 movies. Iron Tower, huh? Pretty fancy spot. If that was the case, you wouldn't even pass the dress code. So mean. Oh, why? Besides, it says right on the door, no Yakuza, or ex-Yakuza allowed. Wait, really? It was a joke, dummy. We're not here to eat regardless. Don't tease, I never get to come to these kind of places.
Listen.
What about me, though? Would, my clothes pass? I'd say you're in the same boat as Ichiban. I knew I should have changed. Hey. I was saying we're not here to eat. Huh, I guess not. Shall we then? Let's see, franchise that actually needs 9 movies. If you go with, like, the Marvel experience as a franchise, at that point you do kind of need 9 of them to tell the stories they've been telling. But that has more than 9 movies in it if you look at that as one franchise.
Nobody's
when you're
here.
chilling but busting enemies.
You sure this is the place?
Aw, are you scared? Don't be so wimpy. I thought you were a cop.
Ex-cop.
That was a long time ago. I'm a driving instructor now.
Dachi-san's just allergic to fancy restaurants, that's all. He's a man of basic tastes.
It's true.
Yeah, Star Trek has the advantage of telling stories in different time periods.
That's so gross.
Also true.
Right on time. But everyone's already inside.
Well then,
waiting for you.
should have told us to be here
we weren't
earlier.
late, so you don't get an apology.
And I wasn't expecting one. I just thought I'd let you know. Of course, now you're making them wait further.
And who is them, by the way?
You'll see. Go in, please. There's no
It's
need
true.
to worry, Kasuga-san. You have the Jungihan guarantee that no harm will come to you here.
Hard to trust the guy who was pointing a gun at me just a few hours ago.
That was only a few hours. I mean, in real
Now
time it
we're
was.
outside the bounds of the Great Wall of Muscle. That changes things.
That's like, it's hard with that because the Avengers movies are only 3 movies, but they don't work if you don't include all the other ones, you know?
Here we go.
Making it so it needs those movies. Yeah, the Fast and the Furious franchise only started getting good, in my opinion, after the 4th movie. Like, the 5th one starts being good.
Yo, Kasuga-kun. How you doing?
Zhao. And...
Hey,
Perpetually
what's up
angry
with
old
the
man.
guy?
Watch it. That's Ryuhei Hoshino, the Seiryu clan chairman.
For process of elimination, you should have figured it out.
Here, then that would mean they're...
yeah. The E-Gene 3. All
She's the
leaders
leader of the,
gathered in same
Komijul.
spot.
Kasuga, think you can tell us what the hell is going on here?
Ooh, 3 spiders. Achievement unlocked. Starting a new chapter is what's going on here. Chapter 8, Bleach Black.
Please, step inside.
Have a seat, you 4.
Hey, aren't these 3 supposed to be fighting a war?
Supposed to be.
Didn't we have a 4th party member who's not
Weird
present?
place for us to meet, Chairman Hoshino. Especially considering the 3 of you look more like you're ready to have a tea party than tear each other's throats out.
Usually we meet only once a year, unless there's a need to share information face to face, as we must now. We always do what it takes to keep the Great Wall intact.
Your men are killing each other out there. You don't want to stop them?
Stop them? 2 of my youngest men were gunned down without mercy. Liamangtur's been raided right up to the perimeter of their base. There's no stopping any of it now. At this point, whoever retreats first will have lost the war. I can't lay down my spear until that happens.
That's pretty much the same deal for me.
So then why are you two here? Gonna decide the war over a game of cards?
Not a bad idea. Let's do it.
Not the worst idea.
What the fuck? People are dying! And meanwhile, you three are just hanging out playing nice? Think your men would approve? Do any of you even care what your own people think?
Kasuga, there's no need to throw fits about what you don't understand.
You raised an
Do
excellent
you know
point.
right now Captain Takabe is Zhao's prisoner?
Prisoner. We're treating him more like an uninvited guest. Honestly, I'd let him go if I had one good reason to. I just don't, that's all.
So you're going to sit here and do nothing? Just let the chips fall where they may?
That's how it needs to be.
A bunch more pointless deaths is how it needs to be?
They're not pointless. Our men's willingness to fight is the entire reason we're able to serve as checks on each other. As long as the triangle remains balanced, it can hold firm against outside pressure. It's much like how Japan established separation of powers after the end of its dictatorship. It's not perfect, but it's the best solution we have. Do you see the logic there?
Oh boy, a post-war history lesson.
So that falls apart when all of you have the power to say,
What?
we found
Is that
out
you're
blank,
comparing it
make
to,
up a lie,
right?
and you
Yes.
stop the fighting. Like, you could literally say whatever you want.
The post-war period is when the town's
You could
lines
choose
of
a scapegoat.
power were drawn.
Huh?
The black market was born from the ashes of the war. It laid the foundation for modern-day Ijincho. Back then, the Seiryu clan was thriving. But in Chinatown, two rival Chinese gangs were competing for dominance. The winner of that fight prospers in Chinatown to this day. The gang that lost became the Yokohama Liumang. They were driven out of Chinatown and into Ijincho. But the Seiryu clan wasn't about to take that kind of
He
invasion
looks like-
down. For a time,
He looks like one of the Koopa cousins from the Super Mario Brothers movie, the one that has the shaved sides.
And you're gonna lecture until the bell rings, Professor?
you want to understand what's going on? Then you need the history, you smartass.
If you want to understand the fake money, that is.
Why does
Seiryu
everyone
clan
tell
knows
this man
about that?
everything?
Yes. All the fake money printed by the Komi Jewel goes through me.
But doesn't that mean the Seiryu clan is the real puppet master behind all this?
How do you figure
Oh, thank you
that?
very much for the follow, Space Trent.
Puppet
Welcome to
just
Shake the
started
Box
forging
family.
Chinese yuan,
Very happy to have you
sure,
here.
But only because of the counterfeit yen.
And thank
I'm
you,
starting to
421, for
figure
hitting
all
those
this out.
links.
The Liumang brings in the paper. The Komi Jewel prints the bills. But then...
How's it going?
Seiryu clan keeps all the profit? Wait. Are you all in this together?
How are you only
Kasuga
just catching
Kun.
up?
Calm down, you're jumping to conclusions.
Because I'm pissed off right now. First I'm kidnapped, accused of being a Seiryu Yakuza, then blamed for being the spark that ignites a war, nearly killed over Namba's thing. Now I'm here with the Ijin 3, who, by the way, don't even give a shit about the war. Tell me, why should I calm down?
He's got a point.
And you with your damn Seiryu clan, you're the one getting the most out of this.
No, because we're not the final destination of the fake yen. That will be Yutaka Ogikubo's pocket.
Yutaka Ogikubo. I saw his name in an article. He's some big shot in the Citizens Liberal Party.
Yeah, like, these people could solve the problem literally anytime they want.
Why?
Suddenly my history lesson seems relevant, doesn't it?
Fine, get on with it.
Ogikubo is the man who proposed making fake money in Ijincho. This was 60 years ago. He pitched the idea to the first Seiryu chairman and first Liumang boss.
A politician suggested committing federal crime to a bunch of gangsters? For real?
I mean, it seems very
At the time,
believable to
Ogikubo
me.
was only a member of the city council, but he saw the fights breaking out between the long-established Seiryu clan and the newly arrived Liumang. He understood it was, in essence, a turf war. Knowing that, he looked for solutions to stop the bloodshed, solutions that would save lives. And eventually, he managed to find an answer.
Fake money, of all things.
Industry. Which in this case is, yes, fake money.
Ogikubo
Nothing like
split the
destroying
roles up even.
the delicate balance
That way,
of the
both
economy
organizations
with
would have a common
inflation
goal.
via
The
a bunch of
Liu Mang
fake
would
money.
import special paper. The Seiryu clan would print and transport the money.
How did Ogikubo know the counterfeiting process?
He didn't at first. But since he had faith in his plan and a desire for peace,
Definitely
he used
peace.
every single connection he had to collect the raw materials, plus the recipe. Counterfeiting wasn't that difficult back then. Currency didn't have all the security features it has now.
It's only gotten harder over the years.
But anyway, after the first batch was printed, Ogikubo used it to bribe the cops.
The cops? Not the Seiryu clan or the Liu Mang?
There would have been no point in paying off those two. That conflict goes deeper. Ogikubo understood that.
Okay, but why give it to the police?
They wanted to control them, of course. And in the blink of an eye, they became his loyal servants. That ought to surprise no one, given how corruptible law enforcement tends to be. Anyway,
Real excited to see how all this
Ogikubo
ties
and
into
his
the
new
plot from the beginning of the
minions
game,
in uniform cracked down on one certain region of Ijincho.
if ever.
Well, that doesn't sound like such a bad thing.
Yeah, he was making the city safer, right?
Now, that was just a side effect of what he really wanted. To squash every attempt by the Seiryu to drive out the Liu Mang. All police resources were dedicated to that one goal. It created a tiny pocket of Ijincho that was essentially violence-free.
Well, I bet that worked out great for the Liu Mang.
Oh, and you're the sharp one, I take it. Yes. That zone became the Liu Mang's home. So there it was. A place controlled by a criminal organization, but with low crime. The
Game gets way
first
too real.
Gray zone.
And the Seiryu clan just accepted that.
That's where we're gonna be raiding
Why
later.
would they give up their territory and all its income streams like that?
Because they were getting continuous payouts from the counterfeiting operation. And that wasn't the only thing. Anytime one of us did something that normally would have landed us in hot water, Ogikubo would contain it. He kept it off police reports. That kept us from losing men to the law. So there were plenty of benefits for us. All while we kept our honor.
This Ogikubo's a pretty shrewd guy.
Nah. He just used some old tricks every politician.
None of this explains why there's currently a war happening.
But do you understand now how we benefit from him?
Yeah, I get it.
And my people reap those benefits also. In the 80s, the Komijol was saved by the Ijincho Gray Zone.
How?
Our parent organization was the Jingon Mafia, which formed decades ago in Korea. Even only a few years ago, he was a body double for their leader. But every
Their
time
leader
the
was
Jingon
hot.
Mafia got crushed, some of its people would drift to Ijincho. My mother was one of those. I was young when she brought me here. Ijincho was a breath of fresh air after living so long under their ridiculous code. More and more people heard about the relief we found here, so more came. But then our safety was threatened by something else. As our numbers grew, so did our clashes with the Yokohama Liu Mang.
You started fighting them?
Not outright. Ogikubo stepped in. Right before a real war erupted, he brought us a proposal. That we take over the Seiryu's counterfeiting business. It was an offer of steady income and safe territory. How could we refuse? In return, we would perform the surveillance necessary to contain the secret. That's how we started to build a system that now monitors every inch of Ijincho. It became our way to contribute to the smooth running of Ijincho, alongside the Seiryu and Liu Mang.
So that's the origin story behind the Ijin 3.
Ever since, we've all supported Ogikubo. And he supported us in kind. He used the huge streams of money from us to secure his seat at the helm of the Citizens' Liberal Party. Now, no one in the cabinet can speak against him.
After masterminding a way to bring peace to the city, he moved up in the world. Well, there are worse ways to climb the ladder, but I can't.
So,
it's still a cover-up.
Really?
you guys
So
know
you
about
would say
Mabuchi
that
then,
perfect
right?
Results don't matter if the methods are flawed. What about the police themselves? What about their alliance with all the Yakuza which grew from the scorched earth of post-war Japan? Light and dark joined hands to rebuild, and that's how we got where we are today. You can't deny the ends justify the means.
Well... What does it even matter what happened? Who cares about that stuff right now? It's all in Ijincho's past. What we gotta think about is its future. So why'd you call us here? What do you want?
What's the Ijin 3 gonna do with us in Nanba?
Your friend Nanba-kun, during his search for his brother, spied on us and invaded our privacy. I assume he began with the fake bills because that was his brother's subject of investigation. But he was reckless, digging through Komi Jewel affairs like a rabid raccoon. Right from the start, he's refused to show any respect to the Ijin 3. Now he's seen the counterfeiting for himself, and we have no idea where he is.
You people showed him the counterfeiting!
We must ensure his permanent silence.
Why are you telling us this? You looking to make a deal for his life or something?
A deal? Kasuga, under most circumstances, all your lives would be forfeit. But I have some idea of how this fake bill ended up in your pocket.
What?
Huh?
You do?
Out of respect for this person, I will look the other way.
But who the hell was it?
Man who shot you,
If you
stupid.
really want to know, you'll have to bring Namba to me. Personally.
We can't do that to Nanchan.
Sure is tempting.
Kasuga,
But I'll pass. Nothing I need to know so bad that I'd sell out a friend. So we done here?
You do realize, if word gets out about the counterfeiting, the Great Wall will crumble. And that means the end of the Gray Zone.
Yeah, that would suck. For you.
Look, the Great Wall keeps the peace with less than honorable means, sure. But it provides a safe haven for desperate souls with nowhere left to turn.
Yeah, man, I get all that.
Well, here's what you don't get, you moron. When we say no one gets in, that includes the Tojo clan and the Omi Alliance. So see, if we're talking about people who owe their lives to the Gray Zone, you're one of them, Kasuga-kun.
What?
After you were shot, the only reason the Omi didn't finish you off is because you were inside the zone.
How did I get inside the
What are you trying to
zone?
say? That I owe something to the city?
Go ahead and act like you're above it all, but you've benefited from our operation as much as any of us.
Fine. Still doesn't mean I'm gonna sell out a friend.
Before you insist on that, I have something important to say.
Yeah, what?
Boogity boogity.
We already have assassins hunting Namba.
What the hell? Who's assassins?
Mine. Somebody had to step up.
That's stepping up in your book? Hunting an innocent man?
Unlike you, Kasuga, I don't turn down attractive offers. But don't worry. I told my guys to make it painless. But, my men have gotten a little rough lately.
You son of a bitch. Call him off!
No can do. I think one death for the sake of the whole city is worth the price.
What do you say to my offer now? If you refuse, Namba will die.
But aren't you gonna kill him all the same if we bring him to you?
Instead of worrying about that, worry about getting to him first. Your clock's ticking.
hey, we don't even know where to look.
I may have an idea.
Well, there you go. So, Kasuga, given all this, what will you do?
I mean, guess I'm rescuing Namba from your stupid assassins.
We don't have to kill Namba if we just don't let Namba talk, is essentially the bottom line. And the problem comes with the fact that we have, like, 3 people in the room who know about the counterfeiting organization that don't have any incentive to not spill the beans. Like, Sai, why do they assume she's not going to tell people? We have an ex-cop whose motivations for joining us are literally because he's after some crooked politicians and crooked cops. And it's like, we gotta get Namba! We gotta get him! What about the other people in the room? You already found him? All he said is I have an idea. I can't be certain. But the Yokohama Liomang are searching for him on their own terms.
Yo.
So where's Nama then? There's no indication he's left in Jincho. That would be impossible while the Gummy Jewel has him in our sights. Could he have gone to the police? I don't think he would risk that. He'd have no way of knowing which officers are sympathetic to the Ijin 3. So, where would he go?
Yes.
If I were Namba-san, I would think Bleached Japan would be my best bet.
I see.
Bleached Japan? I get it. It's possible they'd be willing to protect him, huh? I've already increased the surveillance detail on the Bleached Japan office. I haven't sighted him there yet, but it's possible he's already inside. What should we do, Ichiban? Let's say we catch Namba and bring him here. What would you guys do to him? That's not my call to make. However, if you do nothing, the Liomang assassins will eventually succeed. It's only a matter of time. Damn it. I don't have time for this, Kasuga. If we're gonna go find him first, we have to take the best bet. Alright, where's Bleached Japan's office? The Kuryo building in Carriage Highway. The Yokohama branch is on the 2nd floor. Like, while we were in the counterfeiting room, all you had to do was say, don't tell anyone, or we'll kill you. Additionally, here's information about your brother. Dunzo. Easy peasy. All of this is, like, weirdly unnecessary. And then the war between the three groups has no reason to be happening. I could see what Traxon was talking about, where the plot has a little bit of an aneurysm. Kind of curious about up here. Ooh, vending machines. Yeah, but that's the Seiyu Clan's boss. Like, that's just his reason. He didn't, like, tell a bunch of strangers, didn't tell the other three leaders, like, hey, don't kill this one guy. I'm assuming he's talking about our former boss, but we won't know for a while, I imagine. Grab ourselves a beehive. Let's just go ahead and beat these guys up.
Right. You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
Oh, if we're talking about why it's happening, they explained all that. The politician came in and was like, yeah, we could essentially make a little bubble that we could operate a business out of. And that happened. But that doesn't explain why we have the war happening between the three groups when the three leaders are completely in control of the situation. Oh, you suck, high carbs.
You sure you can beat me? I'm not backing down.
Let's go, high carb.
Here we go.
Why the war between the three groups is currently happening. The reasons that we assumed in the beginning, or that were told to us, have been revealed to be falsehoods. There are no secrets between these three groups, so it makes no sense that it would still be happening. their flimsy excuse is like, well, we gotta let the boys do it because they believe it's happening, and we have to let it happen because they believe it's happening. But they could literally just be like, war's over, everybody, we solved it. Alright, boss. Good work, take care of that war, boss. You got it, everybody. Yeah, why it went hot is the situation. Like, you want to keep it cold. And you could make it cold because you have all three leaders sitting in a room and they could literally make up whatever they want to keep it cold. It makes no sense that they would let it be hot. Well, we're gonna be finishing up at 7.5 hours. You need a unifying force? But that's not why it's happening. Remember, the war is happening because a splinter group within the Liumang decided to try and, like, start a war so that he could wrest power from his leader of the Liumang. It's essentially a coup happening within the Liumang. And the guy who runs the Liumang's like, I can't do anything about it because I don't have any proof that my dude is acting against my interests. But that was a lie. He has proof because he's best friends with the group that runs the surveillance for the situations. He knows everything. There's no unifying principle in a hot war. A Cold War was doing that. Hot War bad, Cold War good. We'll be wrapping up at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so in like 20-ish minutes. Which is also when we'll give out our copy of Kiwami 2. Ooh. You guys got some moves. Let's see. Got anyone close to other friends? You're kind of in the middle. I do have a dominatrix, yes. Didn't get as many hits as I wanted. The dominatrix is my new favorite job right now. It's real good. Didn't hit him as many times as I thought I would. Ooh. She'll be better. She'll get better. She'll be fine. I do have a couple of first aid kits in here. As long as the three factions continue to view the other two as enemy, they will continue to make efforts to thwart those enemies. You gotta remember, they're not enemies. As far as the grunts are concerned, they think they're all enemies. Leadership, not enemies. They're working together. They have a counterfeiting operation that requires all three parties to work together. So only the grunts think they're at war. And it's in the best interests of the people in charge to not allow that to become a war where people are actually dying, because that's resources. And that's expensive. So you want them to think they're at war without being at war. Which is why I'm saying it makes no sense that they're allowing them to continue fighting, especially when all the pretense we had before now was based on the idea that they were missing evidence. And now we know that there's no lack of evidence. They're all working together, so the war doesn't make sense anymore. It stopped making sense. Main character needs a little bit of help here. It's possible we'll have another reveal that will make it make sense later, but as of right now, it don't make no sense. Crush that man. Oh, he's gonna need some help soon. Oh, you're coming over here to fight me.
I'm struggling here.
I noticed you're struggling.
You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
It's also House of Cards? It's not a House of Cards! You're talking as if there are three factions that are at war with each other. But the leaders of the three factions are working together. We just saw them in a room together, remember? Like, they got a thing going on. Is that a self-heal? Oh, it is. I don't need that.
I'm not that. I'll show you. Here we go.
You just saw the three leaders all having a nice little sit-down because they've been working together secretly for the past 50 years.
Let's go.
I want to make sure this man doesn't survive. Because Adachi's gonna die soon. There we go.
I feel the stats going on.
I'm getting stronger.
Adachi, you couldn't level up for me, buddy? All you had to do was level up once, and I wouldn't need to do nothing. You'd be fully healed. Really holding me back here, buddy. What we got over here? Chest. I'll just have the recommendation. We'll just heal him up.
Who's hungry?
Me!
Good.
All of you are capped off on your bonds. You know what? Given the length of time here, I don't want to continue the storyline. That'd be a bad thing to do. Instead, I'd like to beat someone up. Ah, fine.
Right. I have secrets too. Right. You sure you want to get hurt?
Get out of here. He's a pressure cooker.
I got this.
You're gonna get a world.
Oh, and that was a freebie. That wasn't even his turn.
I'll show you. Here goes.
There have been some really good enemy types, Joe. Some real good enemy types.
You sure you want to get hurt?
Keep beating him up while he's on the floor. Do 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 do. All right, I'm heading down for a helping someone out in a fight situation. I'll take a taxi there. Gotta be kidding me. Get into another fight. I would like to go here. Interesting way to play a turn-based RPG, being able to walk around like that. It's real good. I really, really enjoy this one. I know it's very plot-heavy, which can be a turn-off for folks, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. Across the street, you sons of bitches. Fine. That what you want? We'll fight.
Right.
I mean, the thumbtacks are gonna take most of you out anyway. Or all of you, just all die. God damn those thumbtacks. There was a better taxi I could have taken. Someone needs help. Oh, you guys don't need help. You need help. Oh, not another tall guy. Yeah, I understand that it's bad if other groups from outside come in, but like the part that I'm saying doesn't make sense is you have 3 organizations, right? On the grunt level, the ground floor, they all think they're at war. But structurally, from the upper echelons, the people that run the organizations, they're not at war. They work together. One does printing, one does distribution, one does security. They literally are 3 branches of one organization. They're secretly one organization, but they keep the underlings kind of in a tense standoff. That way they're easy to manage and maintain, which is why they like a nice Cold War, where people don't fight each other, and anytime someone goes into someone else's territory, they immediately narc on each other to make sure they make examples out of those people, to prevent fighting from happening. Currently there's fighting, and the fighting is predicated on a lie that they didn't have proof that there was a coup happening within one of those organizations. But that's not true, they have proof. So there's no reason for any of that to be happening right now, other than the flimsy excuse given that, we can't do anything about it. But you control the flow of information. You do have every ability in the world to prevent that fighting from happening, because you could tell the people that work for you literally anything you want. You control all 3 heads of the organization. You could say anything you want to prevent the fighting from happening right now. You even have proof that someone that works for one arm of your organization was actively trying to incite violence. Like, you have that proof. You have video feed from the security faction. So it makes no sense that there's currently a war happening.
This could get rough.
What are those thumbtacks made of? Bullets. Alright. Beat these people up. Ooh, look at this pirate. Oh, level 27. This is actually a somewhat scary fight right now. And I don't have party heals like I want. Liumang and the Seiryu are at war? You remember the cutscene we were just in, right? Where the leader of the Seiryu and the leader of the Liumang were sitting next to each other, being friends, right? Where they talk to each other about how they are working together to print counterfeit money?
You sure you can beat me?
Peer reviewer, yeah. There's a lot of good puns in here.
You sure you want to get hurt?
Alright, who's lowest? We'll try and remove them fast. Again, I think we watched a different cutscene, Mighty Odin. Because they were sitting next to each other talking about how they're working together. There's no animosity there. Our main character even had a long rant about how he doesn't like that they're being buddy-buddy while the people below them are fighting. That was like his whole thing. And they're part of the same counterfeiting organization. They work together. Our main character explicitly said there was no animosity. And again, they work together to print the counterfeit money. But I've said my piece on the matter. I have a video game to play. Alright, once Batter's out of the way, I'll have an easier time of it. Alright, just peer reviewer left. Our very large, very intimidating friends. Ooh. Mighty Odin, I'm done with the conversation, just to be clear. I've moved on. Oh, come on! Alright, you gotta heal yourself, lady.
I'll show you. I'm not that bad.
She has the massager!
It's go time. Here we go.
Alright, that's very good. Somersault leg. I hate how much health these guys have. These large guys take 1,000 years. Boss hammer. It's not exactly top-tier content to have an argument about the plot of the game.
Some kind of joke? Let's see.
Never seen it used that way? Yeah, I don't know what they're doing with it. Very confusing. Here, give us a little skewer. God, he has so much health. Lower their accuracy and evasion. Yeah, I think we might need to call some friends.
You sure you want to get hurt?
That never works on them.
I wouldn't underestimate you.
Let's raise your attack before your big move.
Pull it together, gentlemen.
Did not expect some level 27 to be hanging out here. Oh, I forgot to hit the button.
I'm not that.
Yeah, we might want to call in Nancy.
You sure you can beat me?
Only a main character can make that call, though.
Let's see.
This is gonna be a bit of a drawn-out experience.
Right now, here we go.
Don't get cocky.
Okay.
How about
Some kind of joke? Try this on your side.
her?
Out you go away. Thank you very much. In a world of hurt.
Who the?
Alright. Wonder what he does.
Don't get cocky.
Generally puts the party in a manic state so you barely feel anything at all. That could be helpful.
You're gonna get stuck.
Might also want to summon a guy who's gonna do outright damage, like
I wouldn't
Buster Holmes there.
Let's see.
Take your best shot.
You serious right
It's
now?
been nighttime for so long, I can't summon the chicken.
Time to call a friend. I summon you.
Yes, Nancy. Teach him a lesson. Nancy-chan. We've been fighting this guy for already a while. And he has so much more health to go. I summoned a crawfish I know. You know, they're a friend of mine. They have a cell phone. Gave him a quick phone call. Didn't get poisoned from that, unfortunately.
You're gonna be in a world. You sure you can
You know
beat
what?
me? Is some kind of joke?
Throw a hand grenade at him.
Right. You serious right now?
Please brainwash the enemy. There we go. It's a silly game. I mean, you're not wrong.
Come on.
I hate how much health this guy has.
You're done now.
Oh, that barely did anything.
Feeling good.
Okay.
Come on. Let's go.
Haywire Havoc, please. We're only halfway through his stupid, like, giant pile of health here. Everything that gives them a side effect? Can I poison him? Nope.
I got this.
It's gonna be a long fight. He won't listen to me.
You wanna go? Yeah. Who do I call?
You know what? I'm calling another pound mate.
I wouldn't underestimate me. You're gonna get stomped.
Let's make it so I can't feel pain.
Time to call
A friend!
I summon you.
Have you been a good boy?
Whoa. The pleasure's all
If only we could call an alligator. Yeah, walk that runway.
Alright, let's do it.
Alright, good damage reduction there.
Go!
okay. You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
I might as well do it. God damn it.
Right.
Don't get cocky.
Right.
Oh, you better believe I'm gonna call another pound mate after this.
I'm sure you can beat me?
Oh yeah?
Is some kind of joke?
I'm just gonna look at all the pound mates during this very long fight.
Time to call a friend. I summon you.
Oh, he's so sweaty. It's got a lot of detail. Only 139 damage.
You're gonna get stomped. Here we go.
That still did a lot of damage.
Let's go.
Here, have yourself a...
You're gonna be in a world of hurt.
I am kimchi.
This'll do.
There you go, buddy.
Who do I call?
Who do I call? Let's call you again. Fight my battles for me, please.
Time to call a friend. I summon you.
Just status effects, damage, whatever I can get out of these phone calls.
You want sudden death or sudden sacrifices? In service with a bounty. Right hook, left hook.
Yes, pure damage, please. Let's do a lot of damage.
Thanks for calling pound mates.
I'm not that down.
That's not a lot of damage. Fegorama, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to Shake the Box family. Very happy to have you here.
I got this.
We're fighting a man who has 1,000,000 hit points. Just will not die, this man. I'm just gonna call every pound mate I have. Lower their defense. It is a spoof of Postmates, yes. How you doing?
I summon you.
How are you, Fegorama? A fan of the Yakuza franchise, I imagine?
Do you want your milk?
Doing this one so Joe could see it. I don't know if he saw it last time.
You feeling fussy? Susumu-chan, you won't play with me? What's wrong? Are you hungry?
Have a tantrum.
Take your best shot. On to
I got this. Ha! Here we go.
Played a few on the PlayStation 2.
Let's go.
He's bleeding profusely. He's apparently immune to poison.
Who do I call?
Let's see the last pound mate we have. Ugh.
Here goes.
Oh, I wish I had some pork
Here
soup
you
right
are.
now.
Right.
Oh, we're close now.
I got this.
She could have, but she didn't.
I wouldn't underestimate.
Alright, I don't need this cutscene again. Oh, there it is. What was my prize for doing this very long fight? Besides the standard nonsense I just got there. Come on, pop up on the screen.
With finesse.
A gas mask, high purity lead, 30,000. That's not bad for pay. That almost makes, well, it does pay for all the pound mates. And then some, but still. Alright. It's time for me to save my game. And also, last call for the raffle. This is your last chance to make sure that you are in the raffle.